The world and man's role in it has been at the center of debate for centuries, and quite a number of thinkers and philosophers have contributed to this issue in a number of diverse and unique ways. Some have strived to give people more hope about their life and the meaning of existence, while others have tried to convince their fellow men that all of it doesn't have much significance, and humans are pretty much stuck in a world void of any inherent meaning. Amongst the latter type of philosophers, Jean-Paul Sartre holds a prominent position, and his views and ideas have had a profound role in contributing towards promoting the existentialist worldview. That is, he was amongst those thinkers whom did not believe in a given set of values, but instead thought that is up to each individual person to decide what matters and what does not. To be more clear, existentialism is a philosophical approach which focuses mainly on individual existence, freedom, and choice. It emerged primarily in the 19th and 20th centuries and was influenced by other prominent figures of the time, such as Kierkegaard and Nietzsche. Existentialists reject any kind of predetermined essence or meaning imposed on individuals by external forces, such as society, nature, or even God. Contrarily, they assert that human beings define themselves through their choices, actions, and experiences. Different themes are dealt with in this approach, such as authenticity, freedom, responsibility, and the search for meaning in a seemingly absurd or indifferent universe. Sartre, born in Paris in 1905, emerged as a towering figure in 20th century philosophy and literature. He had to face loss of loved ones early on his life, which greatly influenced his later existentialist ideas. Academically, he managed to excel, but due to military service during World War II, his studies had to come to a halt. It was around this time that he began to develop his philosophy. Upon returning from war, Sartre immersed himself in Paris's intellectual and literary circles. His first work was Nausea, which was essentially a novel dealing with themes such as alienation and the absurdity of existence. Then came other major works such as Being and Nothingness, The Roads to Freedom, No Exit, and Existentialism is a Humanism. These publications, among others, have cemented Sartre's legacy as a leading figure in both philosophical and literary circles, shaping the discourse on existentialism and influencing generations of thinkers and artists. Existentialism contains several key concepts that shed light on the human condition and the nature of existence. The foundational one amongst them is existence precedes essence. This asserts that human beings are not born with predetermined essences or natures, but instead they have to exist first, and only then can they define themselves through their actions and choices. Putting it more plainly, this means that we as human beings are not bound by any inherent purpose or fixed destiny. Rather, we have the freedom to determine our own paths and shape our own identities as we deem fit. Another core existential concept linked with this one is that of radical freedom. Sartre argues that people are entirely responsible for their actions and choices. This freedom can be both empowering and daunting, as it requires them to confront the responsibility and uncertainty inherent in their existence. In our day-to-day life, this freedom manifests in a number of decisions we make, from more mundane ones like what clothes to wear, to more significant choices affecting careers and relationships. Every decision made reflects our exercise of freedom and shapes our individual trajectories. To the above-mentioned key aspects of existentialism is that of bad faith. It basically refers to self-deception or denial of one's freedom or responsibility. It occurs when individuals adopt roles or identities imposed upon them by external forces, such as societal norms or cultural expectations, rather than authentically engaging with their own agency. An example of bad faith could be a person who resigns themselves to a job they hate because they believe that they have no other options, thus denying their own freedom to seek alternative paths. Another closely interrelated aspect of Sartre's philosophy is that of existential angst. He describes this as the profound sense of anxiety or anguish that results from the recognition of our radical freedom and the inherent absurdity of our existence. This feeling stems from the awareness of vast possibilities open to us, alongside the realization that there is no predetermined meaning or purpose to guide our choices. In common life, this can usually happen during periods of existential crisis and moments of deep introspection, when individuals confront the fundamental questions of existence and grapple with the uncertainties of their own identities and futures. Lastly, Sartre stressed upon the key concept of authenticity. Authenticity, or living authentically, is central to his existential ethics. It means embracing one's freedom and taking responsibility for one's actions and choices. Authentic individuals act according to their true selves, rather than conforming to external expectations or adopting roles that are imposed upon them. Paul Sartre repeatedly asserts the idea that humans are radically free. Freedom essentially means possessing the capacity to choose our own actions and define our own existence. This radical freedom extends to each and every aspect of our lives, from the most trivial decisions to the most significant life choices. Unlike other philosophical perspectives that may posit limitations on human agency, Sartre states that individuals are entirely responsible for creating their own meaning and purpose in life. In a world that has no objective meaning, individuals are confronted with the unnerving reality of their own freedom. This freedom is not merely the absence of external constraints, but rather a chance to shape one's own destiny in life. Consider a person faced with the decision of whether to pursue a career in medicine or follow their passion for music. In a meaningless universe, there is no predetermined path or right answer. Instead, the individual must grapple with the existential weight of their freedom and make a choice that aligns with their values, aspirations, and authentic desires. Sartre acknowledges the absurdity ingrained in human existence, characterized by the lack of innate meaning or purpose in the universe. This absurdity is compounded by the recognition of our own mortality and the temporary nature of human endeavors. However, rather than succumbing to despair or nihilism, Sartre encourages individuals to confront this absurdity head-on and embrace it as an integral aspect of human existence. In confronting the absurdity of existence, individuals are liberated from the shackles of external expectations and societal norms. They are empowered to navigate the uncertainties of life with courage and resilience, finding meaning and purpose in the face of existential uncertainty. Imagine a person grappling with feelings of existential despair as they contemplate the vastness of the cosmos and the fleeting nature of human life. In confronting the absurdity of their own mortality, they may experience a profound sense of existential dread. However, by embracing this absurdity as an inherent aspect of human existence, they can transcend their fear and embrace life with a newfound sense of vitality and purpose. Sartre argues that individuals have the capacity to create their own meaning through authentic engagement with the world. This entails embracing one's freedom and taking responsibility for one's actions and choices. By living authentically, individuals can infuse their existence with significance and purpose, irrespective of the supposed meaninglessness of the world around them. This involves the pursuit of activities and relationships that resonate with one's values, aspirations, and authentic desires. It requires individuals to reject conformity and social pressures in favor of genuine self-expression and creative endeavor. Through authentic engagement, individuals can transcend the existential void and find fulfillment amidst the uncertainties and ambiguities of human existence. Let's take into consideration an artist who grapples with feelings of existential despair in the face of the absurdity of existence. Rather than succumbing to nihilism, They channel their anguish into their art, using it as a medium for self-expression and exploration. Through their creative endeavors, they find a sense of catharsis and fulfillment, enriching their existence with meaning and purpose in the process. In a nutshell, embracing freedom in a meaningless world sums up the existential imperative to assert one's autonomy, confront the inherent absurdity of existence, and create meaning through authentic engagement with the world. By embracing their radical freedom and taking responsibility for their lives, individuals can transcend the existential void and forge their own paths amidst the uncertainty and ambiguity of the human condition.